So here's a little bit different video for you guys today. Here at D's Balls, obviously we have a lot of snakes. We got a lot of snakes to feed. So we actually breed our own rats. With that said, I'm going to show you guys how we do our racks.
It's mixed on the beat.
Alright, you guys are going to want to take your 8-foot 2x4s, cut them down to 4 4-foot sections. You're then going to take your 2x2s, cut 12 28-inch pieces, 9 17 and 5/16 inch chunks, and then you're going to want to lay them out like this. Your front and back obviously need to be square. You can build your trough as wide as you'd like. That's where we're going to have the food sitting. After you drill your pilot holes and screw these together, we'll come back for the next step, which is where we'll add the chicken wire. Now that you guys have these all secured together, you should have 3 of them built completely alike. You're going to take your roll of chicken wire, roll it out, line up your edge along 2 sides, and then cut your chicken wire to length. If we go over here, now you have your chicken wire cut to length. You're going to line it up on top. You're going to use your staple gun and staple it down so it looks just like this. You should pull it tight when you staple it. You get a nice clean finish. Then you're going to come back through, use your wire snips such as these or a Dremel tool, and cut down the last remaining edge. And then you should finish with 3 shelves, just like such. So I'm going to finish out these other 2 shelves, and we will get back with the final rack assembly. Now after you get all the chicken wire stapled in and cut down to size, you're going to take your 4 2x4s, go about halfway down the 2x2, which is 3/4 of an inch, drill some pilot holes, and sink those screws to where they're just on the other side of the 2x4. Now we're going to take one of our shelves, chicken wire up, because we're building this upside down, put it flat on the ground. Those 2x4s that we sink the screws into, you're going to tip them up, you're going to line them up on that edge, and you're going to sink those screws in. Do that on all 4 corners. Now that you've got all 4 of the legs secured in, you're going to take one of your tubs, again upside down, just line it up, it should fit right in there. You're then going to take 2 more of the 28-inch pieces, and you're going to set those right on the sides. Those are going to be what the drawers or the tubs, those are going to be what the tub actually slides on. What you're going to do is line these up, drill yourself a pilot hole through the 2x4 into the 2x2, and run 1 screw on each side, and then we'll continue on to the next shelf. So now from the bottom, you're going to measure up 15 inches. That'll be your mark for here. You're also going to make another mark at 30 inches, and that'll be your mark for here. After that, just rinse and repeat the steps that you used to get this tub in place and the runners. Put your second, your third run in place. You can make this however tall you want, but this is just what we're doing. And we'll flip it over and we'll show you the final product. Alright, now that you flipped your rack over, we're pretty much done. We're ready to add bedding, add their food and water, and you can go ahead and add your rat. Now that you've got all 3 tubs filled with your mix of bedding, it's time to add your food. We use Missouri 6F rat breeder. It's a good pelletized food. Now with this type of system, they are able to eat it through the chicken wire. That way there's not a mess, they're not spreading it all over the bedding, pissing and shitting all over it. It keeps the food nice and clean, nice and hygienic. You can add your water bottle or your water spout here if you're using a bucket and hose system. You can add your water bottle or your water spout here if you're using a bucket watering system, or if you're using water bottles like we do. Real nice and easy setup. This just makes it so convenient. In a tub like this, you typically want to put 1 male, 3, maybe 4 females, and that'll be your tub. You keep that unit together 24/7, even with the babies. You don't need to remove the males. You'll occasionally have a female who might not like the other babies. You'll just have to identify that issue as it happens and go from there. And that's about it, guys.